What's good, YouTube? Today I'm going to talk about how I've been living car-free for the past few months. I ended up getting rid of my car back in June, and it's been one hell of an experience. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how I get around. For the most part, I do get around by bike, but I also have an electric skateboard. On some occasions, I do take the bus, but it depends on what I'm going to do. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about all my experiences of how it's been living car-free, all the negatives, all the pros. So let's get to it. So how did this all start? Let's start from the beginning. So let's go back to 2023. This is when I bought my first electric scooter. It was a Segway GT30 Max. Ever since I bought that scooter, I started thinking differently of how roads are designed. Like before I had that scooter, I did not care about, cycling. I didn't care about riding scooters around. I didn't care about transportation. Like I was just car-centric mindset the entire time. But ever since I bought that electric scooter, I started thinking differently, like how other ways I could get around. It really started with that scooter, man. And then eventually I liked the scooter so much that I started taking that thing to work. Now my job was a 15-minute car commute. By scooter, it was 30 minutes, and by bus, it was 45 minutes. That's a pretty long commute. But I just started taking my scooter to work, and then next thing you know, I just low-key just stopped driving my car around. Like, I started putting all of the miles on my scooter. I ended up putting about 1,000 miles on that scooter before I sold it to my friend. But that's just insane. I put 1,000 miles on a scooter, and it's just crazy to think about. Like, I put that many miles on a scooter. So I'm gonna talk about all the positive experience I had living car-free. Shit. Once I talk about the positives, I'll talk about the negatives, and then I'll wrap it up with a conclusion. Well, let's start off from where I'm from. So I'm from Wilmington, Delaware. Our bike infrastructure is okay, but for the most part, I don't really have any problems getting around by bike. The biggest problem getting around in Delaware, at least, is everything is far away for the most part. But luckily, I live in the suburbs where the bikeability is pretty easy. Like I can get onto the main road. There's a bike lane. Bike lane is really just a shoulder. But it's easily for me to get into the main road, so I don't really have any problems as far as getting to most of the places that are close to me. It's mostly getting to the places that are farther away from me, like Newark, hell, the mall. Getting to the fucking mall it's just too much, man. Some roads don't have a shoulder. I don't like riding on those roads. At least where I live, we have a lot of bike trails for the most part, so it's not terrible to live car-free here. But anyway, let's start off with the pros of living car-free in Wilmington, Delaware. All right, so let's start off with pro number one, and then that has to be Wilmington is pretty bikeable. So where I live, we have, multiple trails around us. You got the Greenway Trail. That trail takes you from Bellevue all the way to downtown Wilmington. Then you have the Markel Trail. That trail takes you from Wilmington to Newcastle. And then you have Brandywine State Park. Now that trail is mostly just for exploring the state park, not necessarily commuting anywhere. That trail runs from, I should say, the valley to somewhere in PA. I don't really know where it goes. I haven't ridden the whole trail yet. We also have the White Clay Creek Trail. It also runs into Pennsylvania as well. And then you have another trail all the way down Delaware City. Now, getting down Delaware City, I don't think will be that much of a problem. You just take Route 9. For the most part, Route 9 has a shoulder. But yeah, for Delaware, I feel like we have a pretty decent bike infrastructure. It's not the best. I've been to cities like Philadelphia. I feel like they have, but yeah, Philadelphia definitely has some nice bike infrastructure. They have bike lanes. You got Kelly Drive. I know that section. I haven't ridden to Philly that much yet, but comparing it to Wilmington, I think Wilmington is doing pretty good. Hopefully we get some more bike lanes. There's one bike lane that I know in the city that is somewhere in downtown Wilmington. It's not even not even half a mile. I mean, I don't know why they put a bike lane there. It was, I don't know. Hopefully I got some footage of this bike lane that I'm talking about. But yeah, pro number one, At least for where I live, we have decent bike infrastructure, so that encourages me to go cycling. Also, we do have pretty wide roads. Most of the roads that I use do have a sidewalk or a shoulder. I'm not doing nothing stupid. I'm not riding on, a road like 202. That's like one of the worst roads we have in Delaware. 202 is pretty bad. There's this section where like there's barely a sidewalk, 6 lanes of traffic, no shoulder. It's pretty awful for bikes and pedestrians. But luckily you can cut through 202 by going through the neighborhoods and stuff like that. So that's, not something to really worry about. All right, my next pro about biking in Delaware or living car-free in Delaware is the community. I actually met a few people that also bike around Delaware. I'm actually about to go meet up with a friend in a minute. He's about to come out soon. But I have met like a good amount of people just from biking around my area. There's this group of people I usually ride with. We like go hit trails and shit. Those are usually my main group of people. But I also met this skateboarder in downtown Wilmington when I first purchased my skateboard. Because like where I live, not many people, bike or, skateboard. So like there's a sense of community out here at least. Or when you do find someone that does the same thing that you do, you can like build a community from that. That's pretty cool. I know like Philadelphia has a bigger skateboard community. I just haven't met them yet. Like, I don't know, man. Like when I had a car, there's like really no sense of community. The only sense of community with a car is you gotta have like a crazy ass car, like Dodge Challenger or something like that. Or like, you got like, you're not gonna go to a car meet in a Nissan Sentra. Like, like I don't know. Like, there's really no sense of community when it comes to cars, unless you have like something exotic or something special, like I don't know, Camaro, Mustang. Like maybe there's a sense of community with cars like that. But as far as like regular cars, not so much, man. Not so much. I like having that sense of community when it comes to biking. Hold up. Like every time I see an e-biker, I'm like, oh shit, let me go like see what kind of bike he has. But like when I'm in a car, it's like, oh, okay, he just has a car. I don't really care. I don't know. I just like the sense of community that comes with, being able to bike. I actually did that. It's crazy. Yeah, I like the sense of community that it is. My next pro about living car-free is that I'm actually saving a shit ton of money. I don't miss having car payments. I don't miss paying insurance. My fucking insurance was more than my car payment. That's what really made me not want to have a car anymore, because my insurance just kept increasing every 6 months, man. So I drove a Prius. I don't know why I bought that car, but I drove a Prius for like 2 years. Before the Prius, I had a Kia Forte GT. It was like the sporty version of the Kia Forte. That car wasn't bad. It was actually pretty fun. I kind of wish I kept that car, but I started driving a lot in 2023 and 2022. So it kind of made sense to go with the Prius since how many miles I did. I used to average like 2,000 to 3,000 miles a month when I had the Kia Forte GT, so I decided to get the Prius to save a little bit more money. Where I fucked up at is when I got the Prius, my insurance went up for whatever reason. I don't know why my insurance went up when I got the Prius. So that was like a regret that I made. I wish I didn't do that. My insurance was, when I first got the Prius, my insurance was like, I don't know, $340 or $320, something around there. Every 6 months, it just slowly went up to where the point I got tired of dealing with that fucking bullshit. After my 6 months was up, like 2023, my insurance quote was about to be $400. And I just said, you know what, fuck this, bro. I didn't want to deal with that dumb shit no more. Like, I couldn't find cheap insurance for where I live. I had been in an accident, but that was 4 years ago, and it wasn't even my fault. It's not even on my record or anything anymore. Like, it wasn't, that accident wasn't even my fault. So I don't know why my insurance just kept going up slowly. Maybe, I don't know. Like, I had Progressive, and Progressive was the cheapest option then. State Farm, Geico, they were all insane, bro. Like $600 fucking dollars. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, I'm not trying to pay that kind of money just to, legally drive my car. And since I was financing that car, I had to make car payments too. So I had to balance, car payments with insurance payments. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, at least the car payment, it was just set in stone. It was $240 a month. $240 a month was my car payment. But my fucking insurance on the other hand was just insane. I couldn't, deal with that, man. It was too much fucking money to have insurance, bro. So that's the main reason why I decided, start living car free, because my insurance rate were just insane. Now I am 22, so I mean, but still, like 22-year-old paying that much for insurance. I did have to get full coverage because, if you're, financing a car, your bank wants you to have full coverage. So that makes sense. But like, god damn, bro, like, getting that Prius was kind of a mistake because my insurance was never that high. I had multiple cars before the Prius. They were never that fucking high. I don't know, man. Like, I kind of wish I didn't get the Prius. If I knew my insurance was going to skyrocket when I got the Prius, I would have just kept the Kia Forte. Because, I mean, the whole point of getting the Prius was to save money since I drove so many miles per month. That was for work purposes and shit. But like, god damn, bro, I couldn't stand it, bro. Like, it was costing me too much money. Ever since I got rid of the Prius, or ever since I started living car free, bro, I have a lot more disposable income. I can like buy stupid shit like cameras and shit like that. So like, I have a lot more disposable income. Plus, I don't need to work 40 hours a week anymore to sustain myself since I got rid of that expense. Yeah, I actually don't mind living car free. I have a lot more money I could spend. Now, how is it like getting around? It's not too bad. We have decent public transportation. Like I said, we have decent bike infrastructure, but it is hard to get to some places like Newark, Delaware, or hell, even the Christiana Mall is a pain in the ass to get to by bike. But there is a bus I can just take to the mall if I ever need to be. There's like multiple buses that go to the mall. So getting to the mall is not really a problem. It's only a problem when I want to take the bike. I do have an electric skateboard as well. The bus and the electric skateboard is like the perfect combination, because I can just fit the skateboard in between the seat. Like, it's not really a pain bringing the skateboard on the bus. That is like my biggest pro right now, is I'm saving a shit ton of money living car free. Now, when I turn 25, hopefully my insurance goes back down. So that's when I probably buy another car again. I'm gonna try to opt for not going with car payments again, because I hate car payments. I hate the monthly expenses. Man, I don't know, man. Like, there's too much cost associated with a car. You got like maintenance, gas is I'm not really worried about we're paying gas. You have to pay gas regardless. But like, I don't know, having a car, like, there's so much hidden costs. Maintenance, insurance, changing, car payments if you have one. I don't know. It's too much cost associated with owning a car. I'd rather own a bike because it's a lot cheaper, bro. And I know people say you have less freedom on a bike. That is true for the most part, but I mean, look where I'm at. You can't bring a car. I mean, I guess you could bring a car through here, but like, you can't, take a bike, or you can't take a car through like, maybe this. I mean, you're not allowed here. I guess it goes both ways. Like, you do have more freedom on a bike in certain aspects, like being able just to ride around the track, being able just to ride through grass without a problem. Like, you definitely, it's limited. I guess it goes both ways. Like, I can't take my bike on the fucking highway. So it goes both ways as far as freedom goes. I feel like I have more freedom on my bike. That deer is still over there. I am meeting with a friend right now, so I'm gonna meet him real quick, and then I'm gonna continue talking about more pros of going car. So we're about to go do this, downhill drop. This is another pro. Like, it's just fun. Like, I just like having the sense of community as far as biking. It's pretty fun, man. Like, you meet new people. It's actually easy to meet people out here. Biking around is just fun, bro. Like, once you meet like a group of people, it's even better, man. So that's a pro right there if I haven't mentioned it already. I kind of, forgot a little bit because I'm splitting this video up into like, I don't know how many sections, but it's just fun, man. It's like, especially just cruising with people. Like, look, this makes me happy, bro. Like, just being outside, just riding around like this. This is like my happiness for me. I'm not all that materialistic, bro. I don't need that much shit to make me happy. This is good enough right here, man. Let's try to make it up this hill. Oh, yeah, I fucked up. I can go down it, no problem. Oh, come on, bike. Yeah, I'm still in 8th gear. I should have switched before I came up. I was hoping to use the throttle to come up here, but I guess not.
If I would do better if I use throttle movement. Because like, yeah, when you put this in a low gear, right? Like if you try to pedal, like you're not gonna get any fucking momentum in a low gear.
All right, so I had to jump forward a bit. Steven had to go to work. I went to go out to shoot some more B-roll. So right now it's currently 3:13. So I'm gonna make my way home. We're gonna wrap up the pros of living CarFree. And then once we're done talking about the pros, I'm gonna talk about the cons of living CarFree. And then once I talk about the cons, I will go into more details on how I'm like still able to do things like hang out with my friends, go to the store, run errands, stuff like that. So I'll dive a little bit deeper into that stuff once I get home. So yeah, I'll just talk about all that when I get home. So I'll see you guys when I get home. What's good, YouTube? It's been about a month since I last touched this video. I was supposed to be talking about the cons. I said I was gonna go home and talk about the cons, but when I got home, I never made part 2 of this video. During the whole month, actually, after I got home, I actually got sick a little bit. And then once I finally recovered from being sick, I fucked up my ankle. My ankle's still kind of fucked up today, but a whole month later, and we're doing part 2. We're going to be talking about the cons of how it's been living car-free in Wilmington, Delaware. So let's get started right now. Con number 1 has to be the weather. When it rains, I do not go outside. I just accept the fact. When it rains, I do not go outside. Luckily, it's been nice and sunny for like almost a whole month. I don't remember the last time it rained. But when it rains, I just accept the fact I'm not going anywhere. So weather can be a problem. However, for me, weather's not that big of a problem. Because, like I said, if it just rains, I just don't go anywhere. Like, I don't necessarily need to go anywhere when it rains. Now, if I have to go to work, just take the fucking bus. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to be cursing. When it rains and I need to go to work, I'll just take the bus. I can take the bike if I want to. This bike is waterproof. Like, this bike is legit waterproof. The battery itself is IPX7, I do believe. You can submerge the battery in water and it'll be fine. The rest of the bike is IP6, I do believe, but I know the battery's IP7. I know it can be submerged in water. So yeah, weather can be an issue. So if someone asks me, what are you gonna do when it rains? The answer to that question is don't go anywhere. If I really need to go somewhere, just catch the bus, put on my rain suit. I have a rain suit, so I can wear that. You just put the rain suit over your clothes. So weather, it's not really a problem for me, but it can be a con. Now, in Delaware, it does snow every now and then. Don't remember the last time it snowed. But if it snows, bro, I'm taking the bike out. I'm just gonna put on the rain suit, take the bike out. I probably, like I said, I probably don't really need to go anywhere when it snows, but if it does, I need to go somewhere. Put on the rain suit and just see what happens. You know, I might bust my ass, I might not, but all I know is probably gonna be fun. So when it snows, I'll try it. I'll definitely try that. Con number 2 is range. So like, you know, on a bike, I can't exactly go, you know, everywhere that I might want to go. Let's say I want to go to Newark, Delaware. I might not have the range to make it on a bike. Whereas a car, you know, there's plenty of gas stations, you know, so, you know, range is never a problem in a car unless it's electric. But yeah, range, yeah, I'm on a bike, so it's gonna definitely take me longer to get somewhere. I can't exactly go everywhere I want because of range, but also because of how some roads are designed. I try to avoid roads that look like shit. Like for an example, if I need to go on Concord Pike, I don't necessarily ride on Concord Pike. I will try my best not to ride on Concord Pike. I will probably ride on like the neighborhood roads that's aligned with Concord Pike, but I would try to avoid that road at all costs. At least a certain part of Concord Pike where there's like no shoulder and no damn sidewalk, but 6 lanes of traffic, I try to avoid that as much as possible. But yeah, con number 2 is range. However, I can fix range by buying another battery. So right now I'm just rocking one battery, but I can always buy another battery. Or if I'm really going that far, just take the bus. take the bus. Now, if I need to go up Philly, luckily I live right next to the train station. So I can just hop on the SEPTA and go up Philly, and I just use my skateboard to get around. So I don't, yeah, if I need to go to Philly, I don't even want to drive in Philly, bro. I'd rather scoot around on the skateboard or, you know, rent one of their bikes. I do not want to even drive up Philly, bro. But yeah, con number 2 can be range. However, I have not suffered from that problem yet, but that will probably eventually become a problem if I want to go somewhere far, like maybe Newark or hell, Middletown or Dover. Yeah, I see I have no business going out there, so that's why range is not exactly a problem for me. But let's move on to the next con. And my last and probably final con is making big purchases. Let's say I want to buy a TV. How am I going to get it to my house? Yes, I can order it online and get it delivered. Well, what if I want to pick it up? Well, guess what? You're fucked. So if I need to order something big, unfortunately, I can't put a TV on this bike. So I would probably be limited to delivery. However, even though I am living car free, I still have access to a car, but it's not mine. So if I really need to borrow a car, I do have access to a car, but it's not my car. So, you know, I got to ask. I mean, actually, I don't think they ever said no, but. So yeah, I still do use a car when the time comes. Because you can't do everything on a bike, but you can do a lot on a bike, but you can't do everything. Like if I need to go to Best Buy and buy like a big ass TV, yeah, there's no way in hell I'm carrying it on a bike. Yeah, I can use delivery. That's not really a problem. But like I said, I don't really need to I don't even buy shit like that. Like, oh, let me go buy a new TV. Like that's not stuff I think about. That's just something I came up with. So if I need to buy something big, I'll probably just get it delivered or just borrow a car and go pick it up and come back home and then put the car back. But yeah, oh, food shopping. I have never done food shopping on my bike yet. I never had a reason to go food shopping yet because the person I live with, they always buy me food anyway. So I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I got that covered. I don't need to go buy food. I do buy a little bit of food. Like I might go to the grocery store, buy like a box of cereal, some chicken, maybe a green tea here and there. That's it. I can carry that in my backpack. So that's no problem. But if I'm doing like a big grocery trip, yeah, there's no way in hell I'm doing it on a bike. But luckily I don't have to worry about that because someone else buys my groceries. Even if I don't even want them to, they still buy it. So it is what it is. Yeah, there's not that many cons as to living car free in Wilmington. I mean, at least where I live close to all the essential stores like grocery stores, retail stores like Target, Walmart. So I live close to those stores, so that's why living car free in Wilmington is not too bad for me. Now, if I live car free somewhere else, like Middletown or Dover, I mean, I don't know how that would be, but at least where I'm at, living car free is actually not too bad. So anyway, I'm gonna go home, go into more details, and see you guys when I get there. All right, so one con I forgot to mention is living in an apartment is actually a con. I forgot to mention that because if you live in an apartment, you're kind of limited on what kind of bike you can buy because A, you don't want to get a heavy bike that you have you bring up and down the steps. So you're kind of limited to that. B, space. You know, you can't buy the biggest bike because you might not have enough space in your apartment to put it in. Luckily for me, I just put my stuff in the living room, my bike and my skateboard. No one watches TV. No one, like the TV out there is unplugged. So like the bike is not even in the way. Skateboard's out there too. That's where I do all my charging. But like the reason I went with, you know, that orange bike out there is because A, it's quick, B, it's light, and C, there's really no other option. But yeah, it's quick and it's light. That's all that's important to me when I live in an apartment. Now, if I lived in an apartment with like an elevator, shit, I'll buy any fucking bike. I can just bring it into my apartment. But yeah, that's just one of the cons of living car free is that you got to bring your, you know, your devices with you inside if you can or lock it outside. But at least where I'm at, I don't really have to worry about that too much. So that's about it for all the cons, the weather, the range, not being able to carry like big things, and then my living situation. So yeah, I do live in an apartment. So right here is the bike. It's just chilling out here. I have it. Oh, it's done charging. Okay. So yeah, that's just how it is, you know, trying to live car free in Wilmington, Delaware, especially live in an apartment. I have to like, you know, bring the bike and shit in the house. I can show you the skateboard. It's just chilling right here. So yeah, the skateboard is just chilling. That's just what I have to live with, man. You know, if you have a car, you got to park it outside, or if you live in a house, you might have a garage you can use. But that's just how it is, man. It's not too bad. The cons are, I don't see those that, you know, deal breakers, because I'll make it work, you know. I'll make those cons work out. I mean, it's been working out for the past like 4 months. So I'm doing something, right? So yeah, when I was talking about the pros like a month ago, how like, you know, it's fun, you can meet new people. You know, you can, you know, do stuff like that and still have a car. Like, you don't exactly have to get rid of your car to have the pros of living car-free in Wilmington. Like, I know my pros weren't like, you know, nothing crazy. The best pro was probably saving, you know, shit ton of money by not owning a car, but that was just because of my situation. Like, you know, having car payments and shit, I no longer have car payments, so now I save so much more money. I mean, come on, really, we live in 2024. You can get groceries delivered to your house now. All you gotta do is order through DoorDash. You can get your stuff delivered to your door. Now, yes, there is a premium, but I mean, honestly, bro, people, you can work from home nowadays. There's like less reasons to own a car now. You got DoorDash, like you can literally order everything to your front door. You can work from home, so you don't necessarily need a car unless your job is like far away, or maybe some people just enjoy driving. I personally do not like driving anymore. I'm not 16 anymore. Like, when I was 16, I wanted to drive. Like, I like driving. Now that I'm 22, I'm like, bro, driving is old. I don't even like driving anymore. Now, how do I still get around with like friends? Well, they pick me up, or I can meet them there. But 10 times out of 10, they actually just come and pick me up. Or, you know what? My friend lives up Philly now, so I can like commute to Philly, take the train, and then he'll drop me back off the train station when we're done. So that also worked. And then my other friends, like, I got friends everywhere, so it's not a problem. They usually just pick me up, or I can meet them somewhere. So I can still hang out with friends even without a car. So I don't necessarily need a car anytime soon. I think that's the end of this video, man. There might be a part 2. I feel like I might have left some stuff out, since it's been like a whole month since the last time I touched this video. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.